Hello, everyone, and welcome to Breathe and Journey. I am Sharon Harvey Alexander, and I'm so honored to be invited to offer this 30-minute session to you, to anyone who chooses to participate, because I have found that the breath is an amazing tool to help us center and ground, to help us focus, to help us enhance our presence, our awareness of what's going on around us, to help us engage with life more fully. And what I love about the breath is that it's always available. It costs nothing to use. And with a little practice, by cultivating a relationship, developing a relationship with our breath, we can use it anywhere at any time, and no one else needs to know what we're doing. I could go on and on and on about how amazing this tool, breathing, is. And we will go deeper into some of this over time through these sessions. Today is the first session. Today is an invitation to participate. Today is an introduction to the breath. And I'll mention that I've written a book called Learning to Breathe, Learning to Live, Simple Tools to Alleviate Stress and Invigorate Your Life. So if you have any interest in going deeper with this topic, the book is a really great resource, offers foundational tools that anyone at any stage of life, awareness, spiritual path can use to turn off the stress response and turn on the relaxation response. It's neuroscience, neurobiology. It's physiologically possible to do in moments when we learn how to use our breath in a life-enhancing way. I go into more of that in the book. Simple, small book with tools that build upon one another, and we will explore some of those together in these sessions. I wanted to suggest that breathing is the art of allowing yourself to be who you really are. It's not an exercise per se, not an exercise of effort or of trying. Instead, it is an exercise of releasing and allowing. Really, it's about learning to let go and let the breath guide us back to our natural state of well-being. And there are many reasons we can forget that state, many reasons that can shift for us. Working with the breath, learning to breathe in a life-enhancing way can bring it all back. I understand that for many of us, releasing and allowing things to unfold can be challenging. That we are used to protecting ourselves, to holding on to things, to being in charge. And so I invite you to be gentle with yourself through this process of learning to breathe, or of just connecting with your breath in a life-enhancing way. I invite you to let go of the need to do it perfectly. Let go of any striving. And see if you can just come into relationship with your breath. Just come to be with your breath. That's what we'll go over today, and I will let that move us into a journey as well before we finish. So these first few sessions will be on befriending the breath and cultivating what I call an easy breath, which I discuss in the book in more detail. So let's do just that now. I invite you to sit comfortably. If that means leaning back against a cushion, or if you'd be more comfortable reclining on your back, lying down, you're welcome to do that. You don't need to see me to do this. So if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes and simply listen, I invite you to do that as well. Again, I understand that we may not always feel comfortable closing eyes, letting go. And so whatever you need to do to grow more comfortable, if you'd like to turn off your video, if you'd like to cover with a blanket, if you can during these sessions, ensure that you will be uninterrupted for 30 minutes. That's always best, so that you have a safe place. You have a peaceful container in which to practice, in which to develop this relationship with your breath. So bring yourself into a comfortable position, either seated or lying down with plenty of support. And let's begin to develop this relationship by bringing awareness to your breath. Please just bring your attention to your breath now. You don't need to change it in any way. Just pay attention to the sensations you're noticing as you breathe. If you find that your mind wanders, that thoughts easily move into and fill up your mind, that's okay. This will shift over time. I have been working with this practice for maybe 15 years. And I understand that's why we call it a practice. It takes time and it takes repetition, and it takes being gentle with yourself as you learn a new skill, as you develop a new and very beneficial relationship. So breathing with awareness now, noticing sensation, not changing anything, not changing the way you breathe, just as if you could actually step out and observe from afar how breath enters your nose, how it moves through the throat, fills the lungs, how your body might expand when you inhale, how it might shrink or contract as you exhale. The first thing to notice is whether it's comfortable to breathe in and out through your nose. And if that's a struggle right now, let it go. We don't want any struggle, any strain. Really, not much effort is needed right now. Over time, if you can breathe through the nose for these activities, that is best. Because the mouth is meant to take food to the belly, the nose is meant to take air to the lungs. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the breath, back to observing the breath, paying attention to movements in your body. Dial it in now to notice sensations at the nose. What do you notice as you breathe in? What do you notice as you breathe out? Are there sensations you might pick up where the air is entering and exiting your body? If you notice that you become uncomfortable or agitated in any way, You're welcome to pause. You're welcome to shift the position of your body, attend to your comfort, and continue to breathe with awareness. It's often when we grow quiet in this way that we notice the tendency of the mind to wander off into thought. And you could label those thoughts, or you could label the activity as thinking, set the thoughts aside perhaps to come back to at a later time. They'll be there. And so shift your attention from the nose now to noticing sensations in your torso, in your chest, your ribs, and or your belly. What's happening in your body as you breathe? Is it possible to allow for more expansion when you inhale through the torso, and to notice some contraction, some release when you exhale? Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, softening and letting go. Shift your attention to the belly and see if you can soften the belly and let it move with each breath. There are many reasons why we hold tension in our belly. Some of them are aesthetic or athletic. My mother told me to hold my tummy in at all times, and that is counter to developing this stress relieving relationship with the breath. So that may be one of the first things that you want to spend more time with, is learning to soften and expand your belly. Let your belly move as you breathe. Think about the air moving into the lungs and the lungs extending all the way down into your belly. So your belly expands so that the lungs can take all of that life-giving air in. And then your belly drops to help empty that air back out from the lungs. If it's comfortable for you to do so, I invite you to place a hand on the belly, below the ribs, and a hand over the heart or on the chest. Again, only doing what's comfortable, never striving, never struggling, never efforting, or we're learning to let go of the need to effort and strive to allow something to happen. So a hand on the belly, a hand on the chest. This might allow you to sense with more ease movement there as you breathe. So gentle expansion through the torso as you breathe, and a soft release, surrender, letting go as you exhale. Expanding as you inhale. Gently releasing and letting go as you exhale. Take 3 more breaths in this mindful way, expanding and gently contracting with each breath. And after those 3 breaths, let go of any effort, any awareness. You could even relax your hands into a different position, perhaps one that's more comfortable. And rest for a moment. Just let go of all of this for a moment. For the time being, breathe as is natural to you. let go and just notice your experience. Has anything shifted for you since we began? And you are welcome to reach out to me after the session if you have questions or would like more information. And now I invite you to attend to your breath again. Bring attention to the movements, to the flow in and out from your body. We have these beautiful human body suits with which to enjoy all that life on earth provides through our senses. And the breath comes into the body suit, animating, enlivening the body. And the breath is here from the very beginning until the very end. So why not become friends with your breath by paying attention to it a little bit, just for a few minutes every day? So an easy breath is that which is easy, which flows effortlessly, which has some attention. We are paying some attention to it, not making an effort, just allowing that breath to be smooth and easy. Cultivating that now. I invite you to imagine that your breath is filling the whole body. Yes, it moves in and out from the lungs. Yes, we can begin to move our belly as we breathe. And now imagine the energy of the breath, prana, chi, life force, what the Native Americans refer to as the Great Spirit. Imagine that expanding and filling your whole body. Moving into any dark spaces, moving into any tight areas. The breath gently filling when you inhale and expanding into the whole body. When you inhale, you are absorbing this pranic life force, this energy of the Great Spirit. And as you exhale, imagine it spreading out, that maybe it's returning to source through the skin, through all parts of your body. It's coming in and being released out now through the whole body. Imagine breathing with your whole body. Absorbing prana through the pores in your skin and releasing it back out. Consider the law of reciprocity. That which we take in or receive, we give back. We honor by returning to source so that it can grow tenfold. So we receive the breath. It's a gift. And as we exhale and surrender, it travels back to source to be renewed, to expand, and to come back to us again and again, even when we forget to pay attention to our breath. Imagine this energy that travels with the breath now moving beneath you, moving down through the floor, moving down toward the earth. Imagine the energy of the breath moving through you toward and into the earth, moving through the layers of earth, deep into the center of the earth. The breath that is breathing you is also absorbed by, and benefiting the earth. Imagine the breath moving out and touching the trees, which are also breathing, touching the ground and the sky, moving up into the stars and planets through the cosmos. Imagine breath expanding into galaxies, expanding back to source. And as this breath, which moves through you, expands into the earth, into the space around you, and all the way up through the layers of the atmosphere back to source, it takes you on a journey of awareness, a journey of healing, a journey back to the source of wholeness and well-being, which exists deep within you and all around you. Imagine merging with this energy now and receiving any guidance, any message, any insight that and take a few minutes now to simply immerse yourself in the experience of this expansive breath, this universal energy surrounding, holding, and healing you. Allow yourself to rest in this expansive experience for a few more minutes, and I will call you back shortly. pausing to note any experiences, any messages that may have come your way in these few moments of silence. And to bring your attention to the breath once again, to let your body move as it receives and releases each breath. And to imagine that this relationship with the breath can be one that is soothing, deeply nourishing, centering, and empowering. And I invite you to take a few minutes, just a few minutes each day, to bring your attention to the breath. It's often very nice to do this first thing in the morning before you get out of bed, or last thing in the day, perhaps after you've crawled into bed and you're ready to go to sleep. This relationship can enhance your sleep. It has tremendous benefits of all sorts. And so just taking a few minutes each day, ideally at the same time and in the same place, can help you enhance this life-promoting relationship with your breath and with all the wisdom available there. So I leave you now to take this with you and see where it goes. And together we will continue to build this relationship over time. And I'm open to any feedback, so you're always welcome to reach out and get in touch if you have questions or ideas or feedback. Please let me know how you would like to spend this time together. And I thank you for this opportunity. Namaste.